Hello, my name is Debo. Welcome to the Arachyr Angry Chicken video guide. At any time, if you'd like to skip immediately to the video, you can click on the annotations to the right. Otherwise, I'd like to go ahead and give a couple of shoutouts to people that make this possible. For the subscriber list, I'd like to give a shout out to Biggs, Crimson Knight, I Are Retarded, ZVHY, NYC Playboy, Beard Moose, I'm Too Frosty, Greedy and Lazy, Flow Toss, Sarah Thor, RX Queen, Leon 4710, Trey Dog, Spliff Johnson, PBM Ben, Pissed of Bick, Razor Pony, Henna Outfit, Ishlangu, Nox Explode, A Random Black Guy, Romanuzo, Alan the Piano Polisher, and of course Drill 33. I'd also give special thanks to NYC Playboy, Biggs, Flow Toss, Alan the Piano Polisher, Jegra, Nox Explode, Brasmus, Bruiser, Crimson Knight, Mustache Comb, and of course Zealous Right. They support the things that I do, along with people who just generally follow the stream and subscribe to the YouTube and check out the Twitch channel. So I just want to say thank you guys. This guide is for you. For your helmet slot, you want Int Vitality, critical percent chance, a socket with a diamond. For your shoulder, you want Int Vitality, area damage, and cooldown reduction if possible. For your gloves, Int Vitality, critical percent chance, critical damage is fine, but you usually want Int, cooldown reduction, or area damage, critical percent chance, critical damage, followed by your chest, which will be Int Vitality, triple socket, armor, and all resistance. Either one is fine. For the shoe option, you want Int Vitality, armor, and all resistance if possible. For your weapon, you want a good base damage, Int, increased percent damage, cooldown reduction or area damage if possible, and of course a socket. For your offhand, you want good base damage, Int, Vitality, cooldown reduction, or elite damage. For your ring options, you want to use a convention of elements and a unity ring if you need survivability, both of which should have Int, critical percent chance, critical damage, and a socket. However, if you have enough survivability, unity ring can be subbed out for a Stone of Jordan with poison damage, Int, increased elite damage, and a socket. The hexing pants should have Int, Vitality, armor or all resistance, and 2 sockets. The Witching Hour should have Int, attack speed, critical damage, and armor, or whatever the stats you can manage. For your bracers, you want poison damage, Int, Vitality, critical percent chance, and they can be either strong arm bracers or nemesis. Following with the necklace, it can be either the Hellfire Amulet with whatever passive you want, or any necklace will be fine with Int, critical percent chance, critical damage, and a socket. Okay, first up for our legendary gems, we want to go ahead and use Bane of the Powerful. Makes us take less damage from the elites while increasing damage versus them, and also after every single elite we kill, we get a 20% damage increase. Bane the Trapped is the second legendary gem up. It gives us a basically straightforward increase in damage for any enemy that's under effect of an impairing effect, and is automatically triggered by the secondary effect of the gem. For your third legendary gem option, you can use either a Molten Wildebeest Gizzard or Esoteric Alteration gem for more survivability, but in this case I like to use Bane the Stricken, which gives me a better chance of 1 to 2 shotting the Rift Guardians with Arachyr Angry Chicken. Over here on the screen you can see the general stats to my build. We're sitting about at 53% critical percent chance, 446% critical damage increase, and we have 79% increased damage to elites. Armor is at 7,500, and overall resistances are okay. Maximum life is at 610. Although, be it if you're not careful, you will take, in some situations, large amounts of damage. But like I said, you can use a Unity Ring combo or other options like Esoteric Alteration or Wildebeest to mitigate some of that damage. For the core stats for Paragon, of course, you're going to use Intelligence. For offensive, I would prioritize critical percent chance, critical damage, followed by cooldown reduction. Paragon for defense, I would get Armor first, followed by Life, and then Resist All. And of course, in utility, I would advise to get the area damage first, followed by whatever you would want after that. Inside of the Kanai's Cube, you can use a Furnace for the increased damage for the elites if you're trying to one-shot them, or alternatively, if you'd like to use the Ingoim setup, which will allow you to get reduced cooldown on your Hex Angry Chicken after you kill an elite. That works well. Grim Reaper or Leoric's King's Signet is also very good, or King Leoric's Crown, however you want to say it. Because it provides you double the effect of whatever gem that you use. I'd recommend using a diamond so you get the extra cooldown reduction, but the Grim Reaper gives me a little bit more stability in between when I'm casting on mobs or trying to group them up, or if Hex Angry Chicken can't one-shot the targets that I'm trying. And of course the Ring of Royal Grandeur to reduce the amount of items needed for the set so we can wear the Hex pants, so while we're moving we can get the increased damage. For our follower, we can go ahead and use a Templar or an Enchantress. Make sure both of them have the Follower Relic item that keeps them from surviving for as long as they can. Thunder Fury works well on both followers for the slow effect and the trigger and bend trapped. Of course, freeze with deflection. Of course, at these tournament levels is not too much of a big deal, but the big thing is I would definitely recommend having the S of Johan, which makes it so whatever spot or the target that they're attacking can get basically vortexed in one spot. A Colorless Ring is always nice because those Ring of Powers, increases the damage of the Hex Angry Chicken, which is also fantastic. And then, of course, if you need more survivability and you're not running Stone of Jordan, you can run the double Unity Ring Follower Relic combo, so you have the 50% increased damage if you're running solo. Intervene, of course, for the taunt, 10 yards around us, 3 seconds. Of course, we're going to run Intimidate, get them slowed, trigger the band trapped. And then, of course, we want the charge target. It stuns all enemies in a certain area, because that's pretty much the best out of the two. And then, of course, Guardian knocks everybody back, heals us back a little bit, but that's the best option that we have. Skills are Haunt with Poison Spirit for the increased damage for the targets that we hit, and also really good at triggering the Grim Reaper. Piranhas with Paranado stacks all the enemies in one spot, and also the mimics will mimic that as well if you're running Grim Reaper. Makes them take increased damage, and it is poison property, and the Arachyr set is affected by increasing the Piranha's damage, which is fantastic. And with the mimics, they get the increased damage as well too when they cast it. Spirit Walk with Jaunt, so when you're coming out of chicken form, you can Spirit Walk if necessary, or if you got some molten monsters, you can Spirit Walk, pick up your items, and then just keep moving. Followed by Corpse Spider's Spider Queen, that gives a little bit more stability in terms of more stable damage. In when the Hex Angry Chicken's on cooldown, you spam it with Haunt, triggers the mimics, they'll cast it, and then also along with the piranhas. Zombie Dog's Life Link, it's just simply just to get the 10% extra damage reduced. If you'd like to switch it out for something else that you like, of course, that's perfectly fine. And of course, Hex Angry Chicken, because the Arachyr set increases the damage on top of the 2-piece Manajuma set, which also increases the damage of the Hex Angry Chicken. For our passives, we're going to run Grave Injustice, which will allow us to get instant resets when we kill a certain amount of monsters, and also recover back our maximum life and mana, which we don't have to really worry about mana, but more importantly, our life when we kill mobs. Confidence Ritual for the 25% additional damage, because we'll be up close to our enemies within 20 yards, so we definitely want that. Spirit Vessel for, of course, survivability and reduce the cooldown on our Spirit Walk, of course. And then Pierce the Veil, since we are not using any spells that are mana intensive, or our setup is not really mana intensive, the increased damage is very so much favored. And if you are running a Hellfire Amulet, I definitely would recommend Swampland Attunement. That works pretty well. You can also run Jungle Fortitude or whatever else you see fit that you think might help you, take less damage. You can also run Bad Medicine. That works as well too. But it's really up to you what you really want to run. I have seen some people run Rush of Essence if they want to trick a little bit more of the mimics if they're out of combat, or even Gruesome Feast for increased additional damage when they pick up health globes, so they can just keep doing as much damage as they do, or as much damage as they want with the chicken build. So here's a little bit of footage of me using the Hex Angry Chicken build in Tournament level 10. I do bounties with it at Tournament level 10 too. If you're starting off, I'd recommend Tournament level 7 or 8. The real easy thing to remember is when you're running this build, big mobs are your friends, small mobs are terrible. You want to predominantly just go from elite pack to elite pack. If you see a small amount of monsters, and you can go ahead and explode like you see me doing right here. But your major goal is this is just to get you from elite pack to elite pack when you're doing these regular rifts. The elites are your bread and butter. You usually can get them in 1 to 2 shots, but usually one shot. Kill them, pick up their loot, move on to the next elite pack, and just keep doing that until you get the Rift Guardian to up here. If you get a large mob density, as you see here, everything starts exploding and chain reacting much off each other, because the exploding chicken, the angry chicken works like the monk's exploding palm when you put it with the 2-piece Manajuma set. That's where you run it. every time a monster dies under the effects of Hex Angry Chicken, they explode again. So that's very fantastic, and that's why we're always looking for the big mobs. So pull a couple elites right here. We explode, sets off the first chain reaction. A lot of monsters die. We get a reset. And reset, I mean, it's just basically when you kill enough monsters, your Grave Injustice takes your Hex Angry Chicken off cooldown, where you can immediately go right back into it. So finishing off these targets, and like I said, in situations where we have to wait for the Hex Angry Chicken to come back up, I just start a couple Haunts and Piranhas or Peronato, which triggers a Grim Reaper, and keep moving for the Hexing Pants, increased damage. And, you know, we just, that's usually enough to sustain us until the Hex Angry Chicken comes off cooldown, in which we just re-explode and do everything over again. If you ever get into a situation, like I said, and you saw how, like, right there, the elite didn't initially or immediately explode, I just simply toss out a Haunt, toss out the Prawns or Peronato, come back and finish them off, and that's pretty much about it. I wouldn't recommend this build for speed farming Greater Rifts. If you're inside of a group setting and, you know, you're doing T13, you might want to run Firebrats or something else or different. I like to solo farm a lot in this game. Not because I don't like the group settings and what have you not, it's just because that's just how it works for my schedule. So when I'm soloing, I like to run this build. It gets things done quickly. I can come in, get out the game, get a lot of farm in, stack it up in my stash, and, you know, of course, we're farming to get more craftables, Paragon levels, but mostly predominantly you're farming to get craftable materials for either reforging, which is doing the bounties, or getting crafting materials so you can re-roll stuff or craft in the Kanai Cube. So as you can see there, the Rift Guardian was pretty straightforward. On most of these bosses, you just throw out the Locust Swarm and the Prawns of Peronato, you wait for the convention of Elements Poison to show up or proc, then you explode. Is this build for everybody? I think everybody, for the most part, anybody who's played the build has enjoyed it. People do always say, like, well, I die a lot when I first used it. Once you kind of get the hang of the build down, just like Jade or, you know, any new build you're doing, you'll get the hang of it and you'll really know how to play it to its fullest and get a lot of things done. But I gotta tell everybody, if you actually invest the time in making the set and you get used to timing your attacks, it's very fast at farming, like I said, your bounties and your rifts. You'll be racking up the GR keys in no time and stacking a bunch of craftables so you can reforge with, and you'll have no problem dealing with any type of monsters you have out there. As always, I appreciate you guys watching these tutorial videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the little extra little angry chicken rap I have right after this video. I made that myself. If you guys like the video and you want to see future content, just let me know down in the section what kind of guys you guys want to do next. But most importantly, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, or I'm sorry, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends. As always, I appreciate you guys checking out these videos, and I hope you guys have a good day. And outside of all that, I hope you guys enjoy the angry chicken rap. I'm Debo, and I'm out. You tryna speed farm, stacking DBs, Hex Angry Chicken build, bro. What you need? What you need? Reppin' NA servers, that's where we fucking be. Fuck Debo, you gotta get on these niggas. Yeah! Hex Angry Chicken, 6-piece Arachyr said. Arachyr said. Put it with a 2-piece, manage him at 32, 50 damage, now you're gonna flex. Who wants to flex? Running with the C-O-L-E, stone up jelly, with the P damage. With the Witcher hour, so much power, DBs by the hour. Why see the gun enough this motherfucking power? Stacking the Leggy gems, nigga try baning. Powerful, stricken, trap, DBs always be raining. Big D, are you using bots? Nah. How you get all those motherfucking drops? Ha. OG from the motherfucking start? Yeah. Angry Chicken build never ever stops. Gabinate in, Brother Chris in. SOS clanning those niggas in the deep end. RP man, moment of silence. From downtown, let's go. Straight faded, overrated. Niggas got caught just when they thought they made it. Angry Chicken build fastest in the field, is it really real?
Stay a while and listen.
Farming those T10 drops, chicken be blazing. Poison explosions of death, at least be faded. Cuban that furnace, you ready? Ringer Royal, Grander and Grim Reaping mimics got my back, I'm never losing. Spirit vessel, my nuzzles piercing the veil in my nephils. Grave Injustice habitual with the confidence ritual. As what your friends would do, Hex Angry Chicken coming through, straight carrying your lazy crew. Build so fresh, ain't know what to do. Straight stacking my stash space. Hey, your girl over my place. All she wants is drop rates. Forging on my face. Do what Debo tells you to. Angry Chicken, build your crew. Freestyling is all I do. Hex Angry Chicken coming through. Don't tell Blizzard what we do or why a chain will nerf it through. Freestyle rapping, nigga, I'm through. Debo, hold up. I need one more flow so good it can make zillion OP stand up, sit down, and stand up again. Bring that motherfucking beat back. Yeah. Here I go with the motherfucking flow. OG witch doctor. Already know on that king shit. You already know. Just bow down. Call a nigga Jon Snow. Fire bobble up it. Over shit that be walking. All whack shit niggas talking. All day nigga you know I win. Firing off hot lyrics like a motherfucking dukin'. Never losing. Bar so hot set fire service like I'm fucking Jay Wilson. Go money stacking. Real money. Auction house hacking. Had to shut down too much stacking. Freestyle too good. Say I'm hacking. Woo! Y'all weren't ready. Y'all weren't ready.